Only a dozen or so matches left in the league to play, but we still have a ton of football on our plate. The cream is beginning to rise to the top in the League of Portugal. Can we stick with it? We've won 5 in a row in all competitions, hoping to continue things today, win in the league, possibly also pick up potentially our first piece of hardware in Portugal. And welcome back, everyone, to episode number 127 of Bottom to the Top. I am Mr. Cellophane. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic day so far. Third place in the league. We are beginning to close the gap on Sporting Braga and Benfica. Kind of. We have played 21 matches. They have played 19 and 20, respectively. I'm not sure how we got so far ahead of them when I feel like we are playing more football than they are, but it is what it is. We've made it through to the round of 16 in the Champions League, which pushes our next European matches a little bit further down the line. We have been doing well in the league. We've got an away matchup against Estoril Praia, and then we take on Benfica, a team that has kind of had our number in the final of the League Cup. How have we gotten there? Well, it's gone pretty well since we beat Man City 3-2. We took care of Alverca not once, but twice. The first time in the League 2-1 and then in the Cup 4-2. That's the Portuguese Cup. Totally separate competition. We're in the semifinals of that one as well. And, oh yeah, we play Sporting Braga. Interestingly, and we may do it as a triple header, we actually have 3 matches in a row against Braga. Those will happen in mid to late March. We've got them in the semifinals of the Portuguese Cup. It's a 2-legged affair. Those 2 matches sandwich a home match in the league against Braga, which is going to be absolutely huge. We also, going back to how we've done, our last match was against Guimarães on the road, an easy 3-1 victory, a hat-trick for Cesar Ramos, scoring all 3 Porto goals in that match. We did also take care of some business as the transfer window slammed shut. We recalled Philip Sidclev from his loan at Sporting Braga. He wasn't happy. He wasn't getting a lot of playing time, which meant we weren't happy because if he wasn't playing this year, the chances of them purchasing him at the end of the loan deal were pretty slim. So we brought him back, but then we reloaned him out to SC Heerenveen. Hopefully, this one will work out a little better. He will be joining them permanently in the summer. We did negotiate a mandatory fee for him. I think we're getting $7.5 million. Well, a mandatory fee of $5 million up front and then additional money a little bit further along. And I think we even negotiated in a sell-on clause if they decide to sell him again. We also sent out a couple of young midfielders as well on loan. Alvaro Gonçalves going out to Club Brugge, and Javier Garmendia going out on loan to Vitesse. We spent the most on him out of all of the midfielders we brought in. We were just finding it difficult to get him in the rotation with the way that others have played, particularly Nino Acklin. Even though Acklin is 27 years old, he has really come into his own. He started showing the form that he had when we got him originally, or when Porto brought him in originally from Young Boys in Switzerland. I mean, he hasn't scored this many goals, had this many assists, and played this well. So Nino Acklin he really shook things up in that midfield and has become a mainstay on the right-hand side of that midfield pair. And finally, we also did part ways with 26-year-old Irish-English international Sean Smith. We didn't want to get rid of another center back. He was also our backup left back primarily. It was a very similar situation to Gui Kitao, where Saudi Arabia came a-calling and he was like, oh, I want to go there. So we decided it was probably best not to attempt to stand in our way. Blissfully, we brought in a couple of young center backs over both this window and a little bit earlier in the season, so we still have plenty of depth and coverage at the position. And we did bolster that back line a little bit through the loan market. 22-year-old English international. He's capped 20 times for England. He is a left back, so he will be sharing time with Sandro, just in from Man City till the end of the year. We did have to agree to an optional future fee of $124 million, which I don't think we are going to pay. Very good player, and he has put on a couple of decent performances for us coming in off of the bench, but I don't think that we want to spend that kind of money on a left back, but we'll make that decision in the summer when the time is right. And one more player in on loan, a midfielder just for some additional depth, especially since Garmendia is out. More defensively minded, we got him from Fulham Football Club. It's Gabriel Giamfi, the 23-year-old Ghanaian, coming in, already making a little bit of an impact. He's made one appearance so far for the club, just giving us another option and one that we are really not paying for. I am acutely aware that he doesn't cost us a lot of money is not exactly the most glowing endorsement for a player. 3 matches on tap today in the League of Portugal. We are the last to play. Benfica beat Alverca 2-1 to restore their 10-point advantage over us on the table. We are now even on number of games played, so I guess they'll still have a game in hand once we have played. Sporting Braga on 20 matches. They tied Gil Vicente, so 3 points ahead of us. We have a chance, leaving them again with 2 games in hand, to at least tie them on the points table today. Esther Praia comes in at the bottom of the table, so we're going to work in some guys who just have not gotten as much playing time as we would like, try to keep them happy. Vitek is going to be in goal, of course. It's going to be Jenkins getting the start at left back, next to Martinez and Lopez, so the two 19-year-olds getting the start as our center back pairing. Cunha will start on the right-hand side. It's going to be Ignacio Fernandez and Cesar Ventura in the midfield. Zungu is back from AFCON. He actually made it back for the last match. He is going to be out there with Akar on the wings, and it will be Armando and Alejandro Pintos up the middle. Hoping to run our win streak to 6 and hopefully put a little bit of momentum in our boots heading into our big cup final in just a couple of days against Benfica, and a little bit of air between us and Sporting in 4th. And an early highlight, Ventura sending it forward. He's got Armando, who is in behind the defense. Beautiful set-piece delivery. His 16th goal of the year, assuming he was able to keep himself on side, which he did. What a delivery by Ventura. Armando just there all by himself. Nothing that Fist could do to stop it. And I've got to say that even though we are taking on a team at the bottom of the table with a minus 30 goal difference now, it is still nice to see this team clicking on all cylinders. Chris, to get it started in the 19th minute, finds Eminan, McCallum, over to Rocha, head Peterson across from Moreno. They're going to work it around the back, left to right. Szymanski at the sideline. Aguirre, heavy touch. Fernandez steps in front of him, knocks it away. Jenkins will track it down and keep it in play. Jenkins just playing it back to the goalkeeper, who will launch it very quickly. I think maybe he should have taken a moment there, but who am I to judge? Zungu coming away with it, ahead for Fernandez. Dropping it back for Zungu, moving it to his right. Zungu into the box, at the edge, shooting, and Fist diving to his left, making a fairly routine save. As you can see on the table, we have pulled even on points with Sporting Braga. They do have 2 games in hand on us. I don't know where those games in hand came from necessarily, but hopefully we will be able to see where we stand once we have gotten through whatever that period is. Jose Lagos tying things up, taking it deep, beating Vitek short side off of a throw-in. It's these set pieces that are just so very dangerous. I feel like the AI teams just are so very good at really moving the ball and keeping teams on their back foot when moving forward. So we dropped back into 3rd now that we are tied 1-1. It's 7-3. Your shots on goal. We are dominating the possession, which is not unheard of for us. We just need to step things up in this second half. We're going to tell the team we are not happy with that performance because after the Armando goal in the 8th minute, we really did not do a whole heck of a lot. We are on the attack. We are trying our best to be on the front foot, to be as aggressive as possible. And a throw-in for Cunha. Gets it back from Akar, playing it to Ventura. Ventura has done a fantastic job today. Fernandez in trouble. Will play it back for Sebastian Martinez. Martinez ahead for Ventura. He's got a couple of men on him. Fernandez, once again Martinez. Fernandez moving it to the left. Jenkins. Across the back, Martinez. Fernandez with it. Pressure being put on by Estoril Praia. Martinez in his own end crosses the midway stripe again. Throwing it forward, looking for Armando. What a ball through. Armando, though, hits the crossbar. Moreno will clear. Martinez settling it down, throwing it forward once again. Ventura cannot handle it, and Estoril Praia is going to come back the other way. We are going to demand more from this team, and we are also going to make a few changes. Lopez feeling a little tired on the back line. We don't want to expose ourselves any more than we absolutely have to in that position, which means that we're going to bring in Manuel Espinosa. Daniel Zungu still trying to get back into full fitness after being away at the African Cup of Nations. So Alex Van Riel is going to come in and take his spot. Gershke Akar also still coming back from an injury, only good for about 75 minutes. They said we're going to pull him off after 65 and make a triple change. With about 20 minutes left to go. Jenkins to deliver the corner. Martinez can't get his head on that. It's cleared away. Jenkins has it again. Cunha dropping it for Espinosa, playing it for Van Riel. Van Riel didn't quite get as wide as he would have liked. Martinez to Jenkins. Jenkins carrying it down the left side. Jenkins with a man on him will drop it back toward Fernandez. Picked off, though, by Szymanski. Played across for Rocha. Aguirre sending it forward, looking for Lagos. Can he control and keep possession? He can. Aguirre over for McCallum. And I can't believe what I am seeing here is Lages is going to track it down the edge of the box. Aguirre moving it to his left. Lages off of the defender and in. It's 2-1. Estoril Praia. Please tell me he was offside. Please call that one back. How is it that we are losing to this team? We should not be losing to this team. Fist sending it forward. Lages knocking it down with the head, but Cunha picking it up, and he will carry it himself. Cunha working his way toward the far sideline, drops it for Ramos. Ramos in the game, across. Van Riel finds the back of the net past Fist, his 3rd goal of the season. What a delivery by Ramos. Back post, finding Van Riel for the header to re-equalize this match at 2. And I've got to say, we absolutely needed that. Van Riel cutting inside of Moreno, getting the dominant position. Nothing Fist could do to keep that one out of the back of the net. A couple of more changes. Fernandez will be replaced by Giamfi. Cesar Ventura by Nino Acklin, who is an incredibly offensively minded player. Fist once again to throw it long. Espinosa dropping it down for Armando. Wide right Ramos. Ramos taking it forward. Deep, gets past one man into the box, sends it across, blocked, and Nino Acklin follows it up with his 7th goal of the year to bring the universe back into balance. Porto 3, Estoril Praia 2, and it's 2 substitutions. Cesar Ramos, Fist making the initial save, knocking it in front of the goal. Nino Acklin, Johnny on the spot, able to pot home his 7th. We were talking about just how good Acklin has been offensively for this team, and he proved it right there. Yet we wanted to give him the day off, but necessity required that we brought him on. 4 minutes added on, and they will come and go without a single highlight. And even though Jose Lages managed to score twice and put Estoril Praia up to 1, it was Alex Van Riel and Nino Acklin scoring in the 74th and 78th minutes to give FC Porto all 3 points. So we're setting up for another O Clásico derby, this time in the final of the Allianz Cup. We are playing in Leiria. We've won this competition 7 times before. The board does not think we are going to win. Now, we do have to have 2 U21 Portuguese players in the lineup for this match, which is okay for us in this particular case, because even though we gave the team a day off after the last victory, which we ran our win streak to 6 in a row, Sebastian Martinez did pick up a little bit of a knock. He is not fully match fit. He is also not Portuguese, so Lopez is going to take his place in the lineup. It's going to be Vitek in goal, a back 4 of Sandro, Lopez next to Cunha, sliding over from the right back position in the last match to make way for Gustavo in that spot. It's going to be a midfield 2 of Andre Martins and Nino Acklin, and a front 4 of Zungu, Perez, Ramos, and Gershke Akar. A very important match, even though it's not in the league. If we can win this one, we not only win our first piece of silverware in charge of Porto, we also have the opportunity to kind of get a leg up and get the feeling that we can actually beat Benfica. Last time we played, we lost 1-0 on a penalty, so we played them very tightly. Cunha playing it into the box. Aiklin will be taken down by Beraldo. They will check VAR, but I believe this is going to be an early penalty going Porto's way. And less than 5 minutes into this match, an opportunity to take this all-important 1-0 lead. Who will be taking it for us? It is going to be Cunha. He has scored 3 of them so far this year. Make that 4. It's his 5th goal of the year. Yes, he only has 1 goal from open play. He is our penalty taker when he is out there. He is very, very good at them, even though he is a defensive player, and Porto taking an early 1-0 advantage in this cup final. In fact, taking the first 3 shots of the match. So things have definitely been going our way, even though Benfica has had the lion's share of the possession in this match. In fact, I think we are going to drop our mentality down a little bit. I think we may be a little bit too attacking for this particular situation. Cunha picking up a booking, so scoring on a penalty and getting a yellow card. Throw in as Zunga controls along the near sideline. Works his way to the inside. Martins across, looking for Akar, and picked off, but Cunha able to knock it off of the Benfica player's foot, and Akar once again up the right side, chipping it in, looking far post. Can't find Zunga, and it's cleared away. Sabrosa taking it up for Benfica. Zungu, nice back checking there, able to regain control. Lopez will look for an outlet. Instead, he'll just drop it to Gustavo. Perez chipping it forward. Ramos is in. He shoots and scores, beating Nygaard for his 14th goal of the year. And if VAR upholds this one, it will be 2-0 Porto. Unfortunately, Ramos found himself drifting into an offside position. He didn't really drift. He kind of just stood there, to be perfectly frank. 33 minutes in, Benfica looking to start it up. Sabrosa getting away from Zunga there. We'll drop it back for Kubarsi. Leaving it for Richardson. Thrown forward. Cannot pick out his man. Lopez will gather and play it back for Vitek, looking to start things up for Porto. Vitek sending it forward. Beraldo heading it ahead. Espinoza in control. Beraldo once again finding Santos. Playing it ahead to Asamu. As Benfica looking to get forward to Asamu, taking it deep, throwing it into the middle. Vitek missing the ball somehow, and it drops onto the foot of Zabrosa, who picks up his 4th goal of the season to equalize this match at 1. And this just strikes me as I don't even know what was happening there. Vitek has a very good command of his area. He is very good coming off of his line. So why he made a play that looked like that, I can only explain by saying Football Manager. Beraldo getting things started as the rain has begun to fall. Ramos chipping it away, played forward. Beraldo once again in control. Cannot find Fernandez. Martel, though, regaining possession for Benfica. Richardson moving it up, escaping Zunga. Sabrosa for Yelch. Driving it back, Martel across for Vale. Played forward to Asamu. Yelch again. He's got Tuasamu in, and Giannis Tuasamu makes it a 2-1 Benfica lead on the counterattack. Once again. And I don't know what it is about this Benfica team. They are the only team I think that we have not yet beaten in open competition. We drew them once. We lost to them once. And they are trying their level best to make it 2. Halftime, your score, 2-1. Things very even in the shots department. Possession tilted toward Benfica. We may have to go more attacking for the second half, but our shooting just has not been good enough, and we are actually going to make a change at striker. Ramos is going to come out. Armando will take his place, and we originally intended to do that a little bit later on, and Sebastian Martinez will replace Felipe Lopez. I just don't have the confidence in Lopez that I wish I did, and I don't have the confidence in him that I know I have in Martinez. Lopez, oh, it's another one of those. This time Sabrosa cannot pick out the top corner. Those low corner kicks to the outside of the box, I don't know how to defend them. They're almost a goal each and every time. Benfica stretching us here. Lopez has it knocked away by Gustavo. Are you kidding me? That looked like a very clean tackle. The referee is going to go and take a look at the monitor. That was a clean tackle. Not only was it a clean tackle, I think it was a clean tackle outside of the box. And I think with the amount of time this is taking, they should say that that's no penalty, correct? Correct. Teixeira says no penalty. Porto gets the ball. See if we can shout out a little bit more encouragement to our team. Get them, I don't know, working. It seems like we went on a 6-match run where we played so very well. And now it just, I don't know, it feels a little hopeless. Aiklin, though, carrying it through the midfield, playing it ahead for Armando. Maybe he could have held it for a little bit longer. Nice through ball to Perez, and Nygaard gets in front of it, knocking it behind for a corner. I thought we had the perfect opportunity there to equalize. Zungu sending it in. Kubarsi clearing for Benfica. Highlight ending for us. Akar and Zungu not doing so great. So Van Riel coming in. Akar making way for Armando. And then we'll bring Alejandro Pintos into the striker position. 15 minutes left to go. Lopez clattering that off of the woodwork and out. So I was thinking we might go down 3-1 right then and there. We're going to have to go back on the attack. 10 minutes remaining, and it's a Benfica corner. Can we handle their corner the way they handled ours? Tuasumu with the outswinging delivery. We can't. Beraldo, the Chavez, Tuasumu in. Impossible angle shot. And it's 3-1 Benfica. I know that in Football Manager, you can't win every match. It just, some feel more hopeless than others. This is one of those matches. Can we capitalize on the kickoff highlight and keep the dream alive to bring it within 1? With 10 minutes remaining. Armando, Acklin. Oh, he's got Pintos. Pintos shoots, and Nygaard makes the save. Nygaard looking world class. I mean, he is on a very good team. But I just don't see it happening. Pintos, like, Martinez was all alone there. Why couldn't Martinez get that ball? But Gonzalo Perez, he makes me feel better. His 14th goal of the season. What a move by Porto. We kept it alive after the initial set piece. I mean, look how wide open Martinez was. If we had gotten the ball to him, it would have been perfect. But Armando played it to Pinto, sent to the cross. Backtracking was Perez. Usually you can't get a lot of strength behind those, but he was able to put it behind the goalkeeper. 3-2 is your score. But Benfica in control in the 84th minute. Chavez splitting the defense and missing wide. It doesn't matter. He was called for offside. Let's go. We're demanding more from our team. I thought we were going to have a final third throw-in. Did we demand more at the wrong time? Did we jinx the highlight by throwing out the shout? I think we did. And Benfica is going to win the League Cup. Our win streak ends at 6. I can't watch this. Please don't make me watch that. Disappointed that we did not win the trophy. No. Get it off my screen. Well, in the end, at least we made a little bit of money. We still have the Portuguese Cup. We're in the semifinal of that, taking on Sporting Braga, a team that we have beaten, losing to Benfica twice by 1 goal and drawing them the other time. Just it really hurts. We've got to get past them if we're going to be successful here in Portugal. We do, however, have 3 league matches coming up against teams behind us on the table. Leiria at home, Porto currently sitting in 10th place on the road, and then back home against Sporting Firenze. Hopefully we can win all 3 of those and keep our push for Champions League play next year going. We do have a 7-point lead right now over Sporting. Yes, they still have those 2 games in hand on us. I'm not 100% sure how, because we just seem to be playing once every 3 days, and most of them are not in the league, but it is what it is. We are still awaiting our matchup for the round of 16 in the Champions League, but that is where we're going to come back for tomorrow's episode. And as always, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you then. Take care, everybody. Until tomorrow, bye-bye.